Welcome to today's cryptocurrency news. Cryptocurrency prices today.
The price of Bitcoin, BTC, to US dollar, USDT, has increased by 2.19% compared to the previous day, while the price of Ethereum, ETH, to USDT has increased by 1.32% and the price of Binance Smart Chain, BNB, to USDT has increased by 1.46%.
Latest news.
Cuban sells majority stake in Dallas Mavericks to Adelson family for $3.1 billion. Cuban has sold the majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks to Miriam Adelson and the Adelson family for an estimated $3.1 billion. Cuban retains partial ownership of the team and control over basketball operations. The transaction is one of the most unique in NBA history. Cuban purchased the Mavericks in 2004 by $1 million. Dollar hits lowest against yen in over 2 months. Fed rate cut expectations rise. The dollar fell broadly on Wednesday, reaching its lowest against the yen in more than 2 months and remaining near a 3-month low against its major peers, as expectations grow for the Federal Reserve to begin lowering rates by early next year. The Australian dollar held near a 4-month peak, while the New Zealand dollar reached a roughly 4-month high of $0.61495 in early Asia trade. Australian inflation data is due later in the day, followed by a rate decision from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, RBNZ. The greenback tumbled to 147.02 yen and pushes the euro back above 0.10 yuan to last trade at 0.1005 yuan, after Fed Governor Christopher Waller flagged a possible rate cut in the months ahead. Market pricing currently shows a 40% chance the Fed could begin easing monetary policy as early as next March, compared to a roughly 20% chance a day ago, according to the CME FedWatch tool. The dollar index is eyeing a nearly 4% loss for November, its worst monthly performance in a year. Stars Arena appoints former Ava Labs strategist Phillip Jr. as COO. Stars Arena, a social protocol in the Avalanche ecosystem, has announced the appointment of Phillip Jr. as its chief operating officer. Liu's primary focus will be on strategic partnerships, team building, and fundraising. Stars Arena is currently in the final stages of migration and is preparing to resume trading. The platform previously disclosed a significant security vulnerability in its smart contracts. Digital Currency Group reaches repayment agreement with Bankrupt subsidiary Genesis. Digital Currency Group, DCG, has reached a new repayment agreement with its Bankrupt subsidiary, Genesis, ending a lawsuit in which Genesis sought approximately $500 million from DCG. The agreement requires DCG to pay Genesis about $2 million in the coming weeks and requires the unpaid amount to be completed by April 2024. If DCG defaults, Genesis can attempt to collect all unpaid amounts. The agreement will be submitted for creditor voting. Genesis said the agreement would avoid months of costly litigation with its parent company. The previously filed lawsuit was for unpaid loans. DCG still owed Genesis $324.5 million as of November 28. Berkshire Hathaway Vice Chairman Charlie Munger dies at 99. Charlie Munger, Vice Chairman of multinational holding company Berkshire Hathaway and longtime business partner of Warren Buffett, has passed away at the age of 99. Munger was known for his strong opinions on various investments, including his disdain for Bitcoin. He famously referred to the cryptocurrency as rat poison in 2013, when it was valued at $150 million. Despite his controversial opinions on the crypto industry, Munger was an influential figure in the investment world, working alongside Buffett for decades and contributing to Berkshire Hathaway's success. The company announced that Munger died peacefully in a California hospital. State Street Global Advisors appoints Anna Paglia as Executive Vice President. Anna Paglia has been named Executive Vice President at State Street Global Advisors. She will be responsible for developing a long-term growth strategy for the company, which has more than $1 trillion in ETF assets under management than Invesco Ltd. Paglia previously served as head of legal at Invesco and was involved in the company's successful launch of over 100 ETFs. She will report directly to CEO Yi-Hsin Hung. State Street has significantly surpasses Investo's ETF assets, with Paglia's role in the company's partnership with Galaxy Digital and her experience in law will be beneficial in expanding the company's ETF business. Brian Hartigan will serve as interim global head of ETFs as the company continues to drive its ETF business forward. Hut 8 and US Bitcoin Corp set to complete merger this week. Hut 8 and US Bitcoin Corp are expected to merge this week, creating a US-based company with increased geographic diversity. The deal was first announced in February, and the merger is expected to close by November 30th. USBC has its US campus in New York, Nebraska, and Texas, while Hut 8 has a Canadian campus. The combined company will be able to take advantage of market momentum and swings in high-performance computing and Bitcoin mining. USBC secured a deal with Celsius Network to host 8,500 miners at its Alpha site, and Hut 8 will manage and operate Celsius-owned assets. Bitfarms recently announced the purchase of nearly 3,000 Bitmain T21 miners as part of a transformative fleet upgrade plan. The Amplified Transformational Data Sharing ETF has allocations of 9.68% and 1.67% to Hut 8 and Bitfarms, respectively. Amazon introduces AI-powered business assistant Amazon Q. Amazon has announced the launch of Amazon Q, an AI-powered assistant designed specifically for business applications. The new assistant is part of the company's broader strategy to integrate generative AI across its product ecosystem. Amazon Q offers a wide range of capabilities aimed at employees, including streamlining tasks, accelerating decision-making and problem-solving, and sparking creativity and innovation at work. Some notable use cases for Amazon Q include helping users build apps, fix bugs, analyze code, create social media posts, generate stories and speeches about business performance and data, create unified customer profiles, and organize and structure data for quality reports. Amazon Q's ability to connect to a company's information and provide tailored responses based on user identity, role, and permissions makes it a unique offering in the business market, competing directly against OpenAI's newly announced GPTs. Amazon has also announced its ambitious investment in AI firm Anthropic, with an initial investment of $1 billion, potentially escalating to $4 billion, which positions Amazon to compete with major players like Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Nvidia in the AI arena. Amazon plans to revamp its Alexa ecosystem, using its own AI and large language models, LLMs, to enhance Alexa's capabilities, introducing more natural voice interactions and smart home functions. Judge grants Jump Crypto's motion for confidentiality in SEC lawsuit against Terraform Labs. Jump Crypto's motion to confidentially submit materials during discovery in the U.S. SEC lawsuit against Terraform Labs and its founder Do Kwon has been granted by a judge. The judge may reverse the ruling if a document needs to be made public. Jump Crypto was accused of manipulating the price of stablecoin TerraUSD and raking in $1 billion profit. The SEC alleged that Terra loaned 30 million Luna tokens in November 2019 and an additional 55 million Luna in September 2018 to a trading firm. The trading firm continuously sold Luna into the market, leading to the loss of the stablecoin's peg to the US dollar. The SEC and Terra have requested a summary judgment, which could result in the matter being settled outside of trial. Do Kwon is currently serving a 4-month prison sentence in Montenegro for alleged document forgery. Following his sentence, authorities will decide whether to extradite him to the US or South Korea. Bethesda responds to negative Steam reviews for Starfield. Bethesda, the developer of sci-fi role-playing game Starfield, has started responding to negative feedback on the PC gaming marketplace Steam. Some players have criticized the game for being boring, empty, and soulless, with unpopulated locations and unresponsive NPCs. In response, a developer spokesperson stated that the intention of Starfield's exploration is to evoke a feeling of smallness in players and make them feel overwhelmed. The spokesperson also argued that empty planets are not boring, as they are meant to be empty by design. The developer encouraged players to keep playing the game and try creating different characters to shake things up. However, Some players believe that there is a limit to the number of hours one can spend on a single-player game before feeling the need to move on to a new one. SEC preempts schedule with early decision on Franklin, awaiting updated S1. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, accelerated the decision-making process involving Franklin, an issuer. This unusual occurrence was pointed out by Scott Johnson, who highlighted that Franklin is the lone issuer who hasn't submitted an updated S1 form yet. This raised speculation among industry enthusiasts, including Johnson, whether Franklin's delay in submitting an updated S1 form might have influenced the SEC's premature decision. The crypto industry eagerly awaits further developments to see how this accelerated decision-making process unfolds and what impact it may have on Franklin's future. Hive Digital Technologies repurposes former EU data center for crypto mining. Hive Digital Technologies is converting a former European Union data center in Sweden into a facility for cryptocurrency mining. The data center was initially built as a prototype for energy efficiency and sustainability under the EU Horizon 2020 program. The facility will house Hive's ASIC servers, increasing mining capacity by approximately 300 petahash. The data center, known as the Bowden-type data center, was designed to be the most energy and cost-efficient in the world, featuring a fresh air cooling system and evaporative cooler apparatus using harmonic-free renewable energy. Johanna Thornblad, president of Hive's Swedish operations, confirmed the acquisition of the former prototype facility. The company plans to continue expanding in British Columbia, Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec. IMF, World Bank, and BIS collaborate on tokenization of financial instruments. Three major global institutions, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the World Bank, and the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, are joining forces to explore tokenization of financial instruments. The collaboration will involve Switzerland's central bank, which has been at the forefront of tokenization efforts. The initial focus of the partnership is on simplifying paper-based processes, such as when wealthier countries contribute to World Bank funds to support less developed regions. The BIS official stated that the collaboration aims to streamline the process of making development funds available for emerging and developing economies. The tokenization could enable the encoding of policy and regulatory requirements into a common protocol for addressing issues like international money laundering. The official also discussed the emerging central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and reiterate the need for global rules and technology standards to ensure their interoperability with existing payment systems and across borders. However, questions remain regarding the implementation of these standards and their adaptability to work with non-CBDC systems.
Thank you for watching today.
Bless the audience to make a lot of money in the currency circle. It is hoped that the audience can grasp investment opportunities, invest rationally, and earn reasonable returns. At the same time, the audience is also reminded that investment is risky and needs to be treated with caution, and they should not blindly follow suit or overtrade.